Hey there, this is Calvin Baker with Mini Pots, and I am recording this video today. I recorded the actual unboxing. I still have the box, and see, it is beautiful. The Space Penguin ink color, just, you know, I don't know. And then the nice thing is, because you're buying from a small business or independent creator, they do that on the back. It just is a nice, simple little packaging. I love it. Now, of course, I wanted to make sure I had my mic on. I've done that before where I recorded. Got this in on Friday and I recorded a video. He did something. I saw him talk about this. I didn't really, but these are different modes of play. And I think he was trying to include that in the book and I just forgot to put the art, the overall whole thing. Let me see if I can let it go out. That helps a little bit. Now, this is not a expansion for Forbidden Psalm. This is its own game. This is a zombie apocalypse game. And it has a lot of the tropes that you find in a zombie. You have the zombies, you have the survivors, you have the different weapons, you have the dwindling resources. It has but to compare it to Forbidden Psalm, it has the same basic stats and choices of profiles that go up or down depending on your injuries or experience. It is hard to get experience in this game in the sense that you can only get experience when you kill a non-Zed or non-zombie opponent, and you are given plenty of opportunity to kill dogs and wild dogs, other things that aren't zombie, but bandits, other survivors. And so it takes forever to get experience. The cool thing about it, most of the scenarios last for 6 turns. At the end of that turn, if you have 20 zombies or more on the board, or as soon as there's 20 zombies on the board, your gameplay ends and you have to sacrifice one of your people as a decoy, meaning that they stay behind, fight, and the rest of your team leaves. I have lost 2 people to that, and I think both of them may have been mistakes on my part in the sense of me looking at the noise level wrong. But that's always a different situation. That's why you roll up so many different characters. You roll up 25 characters. I didn't really roll up. I just came up with the names and wrote them down, and then as time permits or necessity permits, you define the characters. Now, if you looked at Forbidden Psalm, you'll be seeing a lot of the same things, but instead of the omens, which are those little ace up your sleeve things, you get a hope, and you have 6 hope, and once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get to use them. You can use them the same one multiple times, and you can use any one of them, but you only get 6 of them for the entire game campaign that you're playing. And so that's something a little bit different. They all have backgrounds, which give them equipment, or possibly, I think most of it's equipment. There may be an additional skill or something, but I think it's mainly you can upgrade your weapons, you can do all sorts of things. You build a base, you build upgrades to your base, much like in Forbidden Psalm, where you have your the inn. I forget what it's called, and with that inn, you add different things to it to give your party some sort of extra resources, and has that similar I don't know, trope. You also you get different resources than you were getting in Forbidden Psalm. With those resources, you can upgrade your weapons, upgrade your armor, upgrade a whole bunch of different things. It does go on the D20 system that is in Forbidden Psalm, so it is well worth noting. Okay, yeah, so you get equipment for the different backgrounds. I know in childhood he has something similar to the backgrounds, and you get either equipment or something else. And I might be wrong there. You will get different, so you'll have a scenario, you'll play it out, and you'll have different resources that come with that different scenario that you get if you survive like you were looking for, or you scrounge. And so, and the variability changes from year one. You're trying to do 2 years, 48 games or scenarios altogether, and it's seasons, not months. So 16 games, not 48. That would be um, in the first year you get this, second year you get this, and that the variability changes. And you'll see some that on the second year, the entire idea of you finding anything of the more advanced stuff is like you have to roll a 100 down here to get a revolver ammo. You have the chance at the end of every season for a traveling sales or tradesperson traveling through to barter equipment and resources. And I think in this, how many different scenarios did they finally? In any case, this is just, and it plays different than Forbidden Psalm. It has the same mechanics. The flowchart is very similar to it, but it just because the nature of your opponent. Okay, so these are the locations and the opponents that you expect to find there. So you'd roll a d10, so we only got 10. I played it with in the early stages of playtest, and I forget if I had 8 or 6 different locations. I think it was 8. But it's a great little game, and I'm excited to get it in physical form. The layout is beautiful. Everything about it is really cool. That is Hope for the Dead by Will Rahman, a Forbidden Psalm skirmish game, but not necessarily Forbidden Psalm. It is its own thing. You still have a lot of the same basic structure. You have your abilities. Excuse me. Feats and flaws. I'm sorry, I had a brain. I got hung up on the table of contents. It's a really, really cool game, like all of this stuff. I've only managed to play this and Forbidden Psalm. At some point, I hope to be getting I get hung up on the miniatures in the sense that I have the miniature and I want to make sure I have different miniatures for different monsters, and sometimes that is not something you should be worrying about or getting hung up on. In any case, thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, we probably all need to walk a little bit more in our life. But if you made it this far, remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. Thank you. Have a great one.